Hey guys, and welcome to Thrive for Life TV. This is episode 4. Today I'm going to be talking about accountability and how the power of accountability can help you achieve fantastic results. So as human beings, we can be quite lazy naturally, unless we have something that's pushing us towards something or have a reason to push towards something. Then if we don't, then we generally put it to one side, and it's more easier for us to let ourselves down than it is to let someone else down. And that's why accountability is very, very powerful, because when you say you're going to meet with your personal trainer a couple times a week, right, you're going to be more likely to make those times with your personal trainer than if you just said to yourself, I'm going to go down a couple of times a week, and then when the alarm clock goes off, it's like, okay, I'm only letting myself down, so it's okay, I've got, I'm not, it's fine. When if you actually got a personal trainer that's waiting for you, then you're going to be thinking, okay, actually I can't let this person down because I said that I was going to be there. All right, that's just a very vague explanation of how it can work for you, and basically accountability can work in any area of your life. It's not just around health and fitness. I mean, business owners need accountability. Sports stars need accountability. A 9-to-5 worker need accountability. So it's everything. Okay. And I find the best type of accountability comes from people that you bring in for that specific purpose. So for example, if it's health and fitness, having a personal trainer or having a gym buddy, or if it's someone senior at work that's keeping you accountable to doing set tasks, right? That's the best form of accountability, because it's like a transaction. Okay, I'm coming here, I'm doing this, and you're going to keep me accountable for doing that, right? Whereas if you're using someone that's within your circle of influence, sometimes you can let each other off, and it's not as strict, and it's easier to get away with things. Generally because they know you, and they understand what They'll be more sucker, basically. They'll be more sucker for letting you off the hook. So the circle of influence is generally not the best form of accountability. The other thing I find with that as well, and in some cases, they can be the ones that actually sabotage your efforts subconsciously. Not so much consciously, but subconsciously they help, or they sabotage your results. And generally it's a few things. So, one of them is that they might have a fear of your success. So seeing you achieving fantastic results might not sit well with them, because then they're thinking, well, what's that going to mean for me? What's it going to mean for our relationship, right? So that's your partner or your best friend or your best work colleague or whoever it is. They've got the fear of that, because generally they aren't ready to make that change themselves. So it's easier for them to bring you down than them to change themselves. And lastly, they might just have their own agenda as to what you should look like, how you should be. So this is just a communication thing that you want to have with these people, to make sure that they understand what you're wanting to do, and you understand where they're at as well, and sort of make a midpoint as to, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is how you're going to actually help me, not sort of the other way around, right? And I find this the last point I just mentioned very common with husbands and wives. One might think, oh, I want you to look this certain way, and the other one's got their own agenda. So I recommend looking back at a few of those body types videos that I did do, so that you know what is realistic and what can be achieved. Without accountability for myself, I probably wouldn't even be in this position that I am right now, having my own business and having being fit and healthy, because there's a million and one ways to not do something unless you've got someone keeping you accountable along the way. And I've used people for accountability every step of my journey, really, from all aspects of my life. So an example of that was when I did my bodybuilding competition. I've done 2 of them, and both times, you realize how hard they can get, and how easy it is to not do it if you haven't got people on board with you. And luckily for me, I had coaches, and I had good mates that were also doing the bodybuilding competition with me, which made it a lot more easier to sort of bounce off, because when you're depleted in your calories, you're having to train really, really hard. You got to eat very, very structured, right? It's sometimes it feels like, you know, a big mountain to climb, but when you've got other people doing it with you, you feel a little bit better. And then when it comes to weigh-in time or comes to measure up time, there's no way in hell that during that week, if you're ever tempted on an eating shit, that you're not actually going to do it, because you don't want to step on those scales heavier, or you don't want to have measurements increase, right? So and especially when you've got your other mates doing it and they're looking fantastic as well, you just, you know, that's how powerful accountability can be. All right, so I do recommend, guys, that you jump on board. You know, throw it out there to the universe that you're wanting to do whatever it is that you want to do, and choose the right people to keep you accountable to doing that. Don't just think, oh yeah, no, I'll keep myself accountable, because when push comes to shove, you're probably going to slip up somewhere along the line. So if you have someone that's, you know, not so emotionally attached to the situation and just sees it for what it is, right, you're going to have a lot more success, and you enjoy when you actually do achieve that thing. You know, you look back and think, oh wow, actually, you know, I couldn't have done it with such and such, or you know, and you just feel better about the whole thing. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, and we'll touch base in future videos. Thanks, bye.